Hey everybody, it's Shaniqua from What Shaniqua's Into, and we are about to jump into some tarot cards to do a collective midweek check-in on this lovely Wednesday, December 16th. And I'm using the True Heart Tarot by Rachel True, and we are going to do a simple three-card spread. I'll probably pull the top and bottom card from the deck as well to make a total of five, and we're just going to do three questions. What has been done well so far this week as a collective, what could have been done better as a collective, and what should we keep in mind moving forward for the rest of the week given the information from the first two cards. And then we'll check the top and bottom for the context and deeper lesson being offered by this spread, okay? I've already overhand shuffled quite a bit, and I feel like the deck is ready for the riffle shuffles, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I like to do 3 riffle shuffles. If you've watched some of my videos before, you probably are aware of that. And then once I finish doing my riffle shuffles, I will cut the deck, reassemble it, and go ahead and pull the cards. So that was the second shuffle. Let's get the third one in. And I'm just going to cut the deck now, and let's see what messages Spirit has for us today. Alright, so what's been done well so far this week is the moon. Very interesting. What could have been done better is the Four of Cups. And what we're asked to consider, keep in mind for the rest of the week is strength. Alright, so we got 2 major arcana cards. Our center card is water, and it's flanked by a water major and a fire major. So elementally, the strength card is the weakest here, which kind of makes sense as what Spirit wants us to keep in mind as we move forward and close out the week. Let's see what our context is. Our context is Queen of Discs, and deeper lesson, King of Swords. Okay, so we've got 2 court cards, a king and a queen, 2 major arcana, and a cup pip. So we've got all of the elements represented here because we already had water and fire in the 3 main ones. Then we added earth with the Queen of Discs in our context, and we added air with the King of Swords in our deeper lesson. So what we've been doing well in the moon, to me, says that we've been doing good as a collective with dreaming, with imagining, with working with the collective subconscious to sort of imagine an idealized version of the future, or like how we would like to see things unfold in the coming months. And like I get a sense that this is not about years away. We're collectively doing a good job thinking of more immediate concerns and not so much acting on them. That hasn't been the energy leading up to this point in the week, but just working with how these ideas and ideals are sitting below the surface, working with how our subconscious is receiving these desires. But what we could be doing better, right, is in the Four of Cups, is in actually taking action and actually taking advantage of the opportunities being presented. It probably has something to do with the stars, like the transits that we're all dealing with right now. And they're going to affect everybody differently. But as a collective, there could be more, we could sort of aim our collective focus more on revealing beauty and opportunities than, rather than just sort of dwelling in the dream state of what could be. Sometimes the Four of Cups is needed to just get a rest period, to just sort of detach yourself and meditate and use that solitude to sort of get grounded again, especially where your emotions or your intuition are concerned. But a lot of times this cup comes up when we've been in that state for just a little bit too long and run the risk of missing the opportunities that we're trying to manifest. So make sure that you are consciously being aware of whether or not it's a time for you to take action on the things that you've been repeatedly envisioning. And when you make that decision on whether or not it's a time for action for you, you need to move forward with strength. Whether it's a time for you to act or not, strength is about working with and sometimes reining in the very raw, like unevolved animal instincts that we all have, right? It's working with this beast, this sort of ferocious nature, right? And when we do so, sometimes it's a time to act like a lion on a hunt, where you're going after what you need, what you want with gusto and vibrancy and energy. And sometimes it's more appropriate to act like a lion not defending its territory, marking its territory. So if you know like the difference between male and female lions, the female lions are a lot more active physically. They're the ones that go out every day and hunt for food for the entire pride and everything. They can also be very nurturing. Obviously, they're the moms of the pride and everything like that. So they fulfill that role with a very active expression. But male lions they kind of sit with the cubs a lot of the times, and they go around the border of their territories, marking it to make sure that no other prides are going to come and encroach on their space. And if some poor lion from a different pride were to decide to do that, it would be the males that would jump out to go and defend. So when you're working with strength energy, there's a need to ask yourself, am I the lion that's just keeping up those borders and boundaries and maintaining a sense of safety without having to show my ferocious side or how intense my ferocity can be? Or is it a time for action where I'm going out and doing the hunting and engaging with those like hungrier animal drives inside? So I know that was a long metaphor, but basically with strength, what we're considering is kind of leading off from this Four of Cups. Do you still need that rest and rejuvenation, or is it time for you to sort of move out of that space and do so like a lion? Okay. Contextually speaking, we've got the Queen of Discs. So I feel like many of us are thinking about our homes and our careers right now, which makes sense given the global circumstances that we're all living in. Queen of Discs is really about embodying Empress energy in an everyday sort of routine, almost mundane way. Although there's like not much mundane about Queen of Pentacles, because if you've watched any videos where I've pulled this card before, you know I just feel like this woman is the shit. Like, and even if you're not female, if you identify as a different gender or non-gender conforming, what's the other phrase for that? It just totally left my brain. Non-binary. Huh. I was thinking non-gender conforming, but I'm like, there's a shorter phrase for that. Anyway, whether you're male, female, non-binary, non-gender conforming, it doesn't matter. We can all embody the energy of all 16 court cards in the tarot. So Queen, don't get hung up on that, right? But I just feel like this character in the tarot just always has their shit together. They're always like, unless they're operating in the negative aspect. But in general, this represents someone who is really good at managing their world in such a way that they feel abundant, that they make people around them feel abundant. And so that's why I say, contextually speaking, looking at these three main cards, I feel like collectively we're all thinking about, how can I make my environment healthier? How can I maintain or bring in and manifest financial security? And how can I make sure that I'm taking care of myself while managing all of that in order to be operating at my peak for my loved ones and the people that I serve. So it makes sense that we're in this sort of dreamy moon energy right now because again we just had like I think 2 eclipses. Like celestially we've been sort of given energy to make us sit and think and work with the deeper levels of our consciousness to prepare ourselves for what's coming next and what we're trying to bring in next. And what we're learning through all of this, represented by the King of Swords, to me is being a thought leader. This, because the way I read tarot, I consider kings to be ruled by fire. Excuse me. This card in particular is a combination of fire and air. So fire being the active, transformative element, and air being the intellectual, analytical, communicative element, this character in the tarot is able to inspire, lead, and transform through their words and the way that they communicate with people. So you can find a way to literally embody all 4 elements of the tarot, kind of like the magician, when you work with Queen of Pentacles, which is earth and water, and combine it with the action of King of Swords with that fire and air, okay? So coming back to this 4 of Cups, because some of us, it's not time to do that active return to like making things move and manifest. You still have a lesson to learn from this King of Swords. You may just need to start verbalizing and inspiring what you are envisioning to people who can help you bring it into reality once you're out of this resting phase, okay? And for those of you who know you've done that resting and reflection and it is time for you to be active again, you're going to use this King of Swords energy to actually start taking action, to analyze what's the first step toward this first goal and what would be the first milestone to completing that first step, and who do I need help from and what do I need to learn. And you're really analyzing and organizing to act, okay? So that's what I've got for us for this midweek check-in. I sincerely hope that this video was helpful. If you'd like a one-on-one tarot reading with me, you can go to my website, writingwithtarot.com, and you can purchase a spread or use my contact me form if you have any questions. And you can also DM me on Instagram. And I'm thinking about, not for money, but I kind of want to start reading birth charts, like, you know, astrology horoscopes for people, because I've started studying my own, and it's just been really, really fun. And the little snippets of birth chart readings that I've done for people close to me have been really, really fun and interesting. And so basically, if you would like a free birth chart reading, please DM me on Instagram and just let me know that you're interested in having your chart read. I'm still very much an amateur astrologer. I just kind of want to get some practice. And DM me, let me know if you're interested, and we'll talk and kind of figure out what format is best for you, and we'll go from there. But if anyone's willing to sort of be my guinea pig, I would love, love, love to interpret your birth chart for you, okay? So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video, okay? Bye.